Morning everyone. Today we're in the workshop. We're going to go over how to lock wire the bolts here on the rear brake caliper. So I have a little example for you. So I have our mounting bolts right here, and then our banjo bolt. So yesterday I went ahead and did an example. So this is one of the bolts of the lock wire holes drilled right there. And then here's the other one without. So I'll go over with you how to actually do this. So what you want to do is you want to hold the bolt steady using a vise under a drill press. That's the way I do it. You probably do it freehand, but it might be a little tricky. And what you want to do is you don't want to go through the whole bolt itself and weaken the bolt. You just want to take an edge through the bolt head right here. Just minimal impact, minimal effect on the strength of the bolt itself. So I'm going to go get set up at the drill press here, and I'll show you how to get this done. Alright, so here we are at the drill press. Got a little bit of oil on the bolt itself. So basically I'm going to try to line it up at one of these corners here. I'm sure just like everyone else, your drill set is missing quite a few of the smallest drills. This is the smallest one I have. It's a little bit too big for my taste, but I'll work with what I got. Again, this bike build I'm doing, I'm trying to do it with what I have on hand and not necessarily trying to go out and buy everything I need. So, let's see what we got here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in flat so it's nice and tight in the drill press. And I'm just going to put a pilot hole down. It's going to go down probably, I don't know, 1/10,000th of an inch just to make a little hole there. And then after that, I'm going to loosen it up. I'm going to readjust it. I'm going to slowly bring the bolt this direction here so I can go straight through these two sides. Adjust it here. Alright, got my pilot hole cut there. And go nice and easy on the pressure on the drill press there. I'm just putting light pressure on it. Any more will break the drill bit. Basically, I'm going to readjust it to then go this direction here. You want to make sure you have it positioned so it doesn't cut through the edge here, and then that would just be useless. So this is a very gradual process. So here I am, straight on. I'm just going to adjust it a little bit this direction, then a little bit this direction, then a little bit this direction until I'm all the way through to the other side there. So get repositioned. So that's flat. Switch it up a little bit this this way. Get that in there tight. Good, it's gonna get. Restart. Let's get in there. That's what we want. Do our final readjustment here, and it should go through the other side. A lot of fine tuning with this. Readjust here. we're through. It's beautiful, just what we want. Alright, let's go back to the workbench. Here we're back at the workbench. So let's go over the basics of how to lock wire. We'll do this actually on the bike to see how it's done in practice. This is just sort of a theoretical explanation. So we have our 2 mounting bolts here. So I'm going to put these in as tight as I can so they don't move. And then we'll go from there. So you lock wire from where the bolts are torqued down. And you don't adjust them for where their position is. You just work with what you have. So say these are torqued down to their torque spec. I'm not sure what that is. Let's say 50 inch-pounds. Alright, these are torqued down. I got this off of Amazon a long time ago, some 20 thou lock wire. Alright, so what are we looking at here? So the top bolt's torqued down. We have our lock wire holes at the very top. And then the bottom mounting bolt, we have them at the bottom here. So the principle of lock wire is not just to hold the bolts into place, but if one loosens up, basically its loosening action will tighten the other one. So the rule of thumb to always remember the correct direction is to apply the lock wire and pretend you're going to pull it. And if you're pulling it, it's going to tighten the bolt. So remember, lefty loosey, righty tighty. I don't want to tie this off to the left, I want to tie this off to the right. So I'll put the lock wire through the little grooves I cut there, like so. Excellent. Alright, so now what direction, so next I'm going to pigtail it, but what direction do I pigtail to? I pigtail it to the direction that's going to tighten, which is this direction, because if I pull on this, it's going to tighten it. So then I'm going to pigtail it down in this direction here. So to do this, you want to cross them as tight as you can, and get some duck bills and needle noses. You want to tighten them down like that, so they're crossed. Then from there, hold both ends in your hand at roughly 45-degree angle from each other, and just cross them like that, and keep going down. This is easier when it's actually solidly on something or mounted to something. It'll look a lot neater. This is just a basic introduction. So you pigtail it like this. This looks like junk. Oh, good. It'll look better when we actually put it on the bike. Anyway. So like that. And then we're going to keep going all the way down until we can get to the other side there. So when we get to our other bolt, we have to position it the same way. We have to position it in a way so that when you pull on it, or if it loosens, it's going to tighten the other bolt. So how would we do that? So if I put it through this way, what would happen if I pulled it? It would loosen it. So we don't want to put it in through this way, we want to put it through the opposite way here. Because if I pull on it, then it will tighten this bolt. So let's just pretend this has been pigtailed all the way down. Don't want to waste all your time watching me pigtail here. We'll actually do it on the bike correctly when I install this thing. So you put one side through and you tighten it down. Grab your duck bills or your needle nose. Tighten it down here. Yeah, see, this isn't, we did our theoretical tightness on this thing. We pulled it down. All good. Then you're going to bring the other side around. This is why it's good to have a needle nose or duck bills on each line or on each piece of lock wire, because then you can tighten it and do your first initial turn like that. We'll just do it with what we have. I just have my fingers right now, so and from here you duck bill down, or you do pigtail down. And You're not supposed to do this next part. It's kind of cheating, but if your lock wire is kind of loose, you just turn it in the direction that you're doing the pigtail. Like that. And you clip off the excess. And you turn this piece over. This is why having duckbills is nice, because you just clamp right on it and turn it. Bring it down like that. This is so if anyone's coming by and inspecting your bike, this is razor sharp. I'll just cut your fingers right open. So you want to turn it down. Press it down. Now, you know, that lockwire job looks like junk. But, you know, it's just a quick intro. I'll show you how to do it once you put it on the bike. Anyway, thanks for watching.